Eventually, my husband and I divorce, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna embrace my life. I've got this hot young underwear model partner, and I'm gonna be child-free, teaching sex ed around the country, traveling, just having all these adventures. So I really just embraced finally this identity of never being a mother and just having a lot of good kinky sex. And one night last October, we're like, let's do some role playing, like, yeah, sexy role playing. And so he wants to do like a German beer girl role playing, because I already have the outfit. With my little dirndl and all of this. So I'm like, okay, yeah. I put it on, and he's like, all right, now speak to me in German. And, you know, I told you I lived in Germany as an exchange student, but that was when I was like 17. I don't remember my German. So I do remember ich bin geil, which means I am horny. And so I say that, and he's like, okay, yeah, more. And I'm like, wir essen Trauben und Apfelpfannkuchen, which is like, I eat grapes and apple pancakes. And he's like, all right, yeah, keep going. And I'm like, du hast mich. And he's like, all right, you're just singing Rammstein at this point. This, you know, like, this is silly. What do you want to do? Because this feels like I'm putting too much pressure on you.
Right.
And I say, you know, I really want to role play that we're trying to get me knocked up, because I miss that really intentional sex, like the kind that I had with my husband, where afterwards, you know, we put my hips up and I'm not allowed to move, and we put the energy into making a baby. And he's like, all right, that sounds hot, let's do it. And I'm like, all right, but if we're gonna do it, we're gonna like be real witchy about it. Like, let's light this candle. We got one of those magic hour candles with the gem in the bottom and like the glitter on the top. Dang. I don't know if you've ever seen these. They're like made, I think, locally by a witch. So totally powerful. Word. We light this candle, and I say some sort of spell I make up about intention and, you know, bringing together our life sources or something. And then we make sweet love. And it was really hot. Like, I have an orgasm and he has an orgasm, and afterwards I'm like, okay, now you gotta, you know, put my hips up, and we're gonna get a soft cup and keep everything in there. And sure enough, that's, you know, how I fall asleep. But while I'm laying there, like, I'm really imagining the sperm like going through my body and meeting my egg and them joining forces and creating life. Like, I'm really visualizing it. Yeah. And it turns out it worked.
Boom.
Like, after 5 years of trying everything, like, I did a little sex magic, and then I got pregnant. And like, I know that's gotta be the night, like, that was when I was ovulating, and it just makes a lot of sense. You know, there's something really about putting your energy into something.
I loved hearing that story.
Yeah, it made me realize, like, magic is real, and then this feels so important. Not that it wouldn't without the sex magic, but it just is like, ooh, maybe you have some sort of purpose. Like, if the world brought you your soul to me at this time.
Yeah, one of the things that I thought about when I heard that story the first time was that, like, okay, I think people know at this point, because of our culture shifting, that they're putting intention into things and showing up fully to things is part of the magic. But I have a wondering if part of what also helped that magic work was the play. Mm-hmm. I think that's the element that a lot of people miss. That, like, they'll get their witchy candles and they'll get very, like, seriously intentional about it, and then they'll invoke and, you know, and do the visualizations of your sperm doing the thing. But one of the things that was happening there is you were playing together. Yeah. And I don't know. I thought that was really cool.
No, I think there is something to that, because, you know, with my ex, like, it felt after a while like a business. Like, we were very much like, all right, so this is my most fertile time. Like, make sure you get off work on time for us to meet up. And, like, it kind of lost the playfulness. And since we weren't serious about it when we were doing it this time, that it was a role play, that helped us be playful. And yeah, something about taking the stress off of it too. And I hated hearing that. Like, if you're ever infertile, people always say, Like, don't put stress on yourself. Don't put pressure on yourself. Stress is the enemy to fertility. It was so frustrating because, like, just hearing that stressed me out.
Yes.
Because I'm like, I don't know how to be playful about it if it's been 3.5 years of trying every single month. Like, you lose the playfulness around it. But damn it, it's totally true.
Yeah.
That stress is not just the enemy of fertility, but stress is like the enemy of everything. Like, stress can really mess with people's bodies and brains and intentions and all of that. So I think that having the playful vibe about it and taking away the seriousness was a big part of it.